Hey there, friend. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you took a good look at the milk in your fridge? I mean, really thought about it. Most of us grew up with the idea that milk is just milk, a white creamy drink that's good for your bones poured over cereal or added to coffee. But here's the thing, not all milks are created equal, especially when you're over 50. As we age, our bodies change in ways we don't always expect. Things that used to sit well with us start causing bloating, joint pain, inflammation, or worse. And yes, milk can play a sneaky role in all of that. Some kinds of milk that seem harmless, even healthy, might actually be doing more harm than good to your body. And on the flip side, there are other kinds of milk that can support your digestion, strengthen your bones, and even give your immune system a helpful little boost. But most people don't know the difference. That's why in today's video, I want to share with you 4 types of milk that seniors should never touch, and just as importantly, 4 that you absolutely should be drinking instead. Some of these might surprise you, especially if you've been drinking the same kind of milk for decades. But trust me, once you understand the why behind each one, you'll never look at your morning cup of milk the same way again. And don't worry, I'm not here to overwhelm you with science jargon or lecture you. This is a friendly conversation, just me and you talking about the small changes that can make a big difference in your health, energy, and overall comfort. So if you've ever felt a little more sluggish lately, noticed more aches and pains, or just want to feel better in your body again, stay with me. Because the milk you choose today could be helping or hurting you more than you think. Let's dive in. All right, let's kick things off with a big one, whole milk. Now I know what you might be thinking, but I've been drinking whole milk since I was a kid. And hey, I get it. I grew up with it too. A tall glass of cold, whole milk with cookies after school or poured over warm oatmeal. It's nostalgic. It feels familiar, comforting, even healthy, right? But here's the truth. What worked for us when we were 20 doesn't always serve us well after 50. Our bodies change, and unfortunately, whole milk doesn't always change with us. Whole milk is high in saturated fat, and while a little fat isn't the enemy, too much of the wrong kind can be a real problem. Saturated fats in whole milk can raise LDL cholesterol, you know, the bad cholesterol. And that's not just a number on a blood test. That's directly tied to a higher risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even memory decline. Now here's something most people don't realize as we get older. Our digestion slows down. That rich, creamy glass of whole milk, it can sit heavy in the stomach, leading to bloating, gas, or discomfort. And if you've ever felt a little foggy, inflamed, or just off after dairy, you're not imagining it. Whole milk can also trigger inflammation in the body, especially if you're already dealing with arthritis or joint pain. Plus, let's be honest, many seniors are trying to lose a few pounds or at least keep weight off. Whole milk with its higher calorie and fat content doesn't exactly help in that department. 1 cup can pack over 150 calories and more than 4.5 grams of saturated fat. Multiply that by your morning coffee, your cereal, or your cooking. It adds up fast. So here's the big question. Is the nostalgia of whole milk really worth the toll it might be taking on your health today? I'm not saying you have to give up milk entirely, not at all. In fact, in a moment, I'm going to show you some great milk alternatives that are lighter, easier on digestion, and better suited for the unique needs of our bodies as we age. Some of them are delicious, even creamier than whole milk, and offer health benefits you wouldn't expect. But first, we've got a couple more milks to talk about that belong on the watch-out list. Stick with me, this next one might be sitting in your fridge right now. Let's keep going. Let's move on to the next milk that might be quietly sabotaging your health, rice milk. Now, rice milk often gets a pass because it sounds light and gentle, right? I mean, it's made from rice. How bad could it be? It's even labeled as a plant-based milk. And for those of us trying to avoid lactose, it can seem like a safe choice. But here's the deal. Rice milk has a few hidden red flags that are especially important to pay attention to as we get older. First off, rice milk is basically sugar water. I know that sounds harsh, but let me explain. Unlike other milk alternatives like almond or soy rice milk, is extremely low in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, 3 nutrients that are essential for seniors to maintain energy, support muscle mass, and keep blood sugar stable. Without them, you're left with a drink that gives you a quick burst of energy, then drops you fast, leaving you feeling tired, foggy, or even irritable. And it gets worse. Rice milk has one of the highest glycemic indexes of any milk out there. That means it can spike your blood sugar fast, And for seniors, managing diabetes, prediabetes, or just trying to avoid sugar crashes, that's a real concern. But here's the part most people really don't know. Rice, especially when processed into milk, can contain inorganic arsenic. Yes, arsenic, the same toxic element you've heard about in contaminated water. When consumed regularly, arsenic can build up in the body over time and stress your kidneys, burden your liver, and increase your risk of chronic disease. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, I just think you deserve the full picture. Because you might be drinking rice milk thinking you're doing something good for your body, when in fact it could be draining your energy, throwing off your blood sugar, and giving your organs more work than they need. And let's be real at this stage of life. We're all about making smarter choices that support our vitality, not just following trends that sound healthy. So if you've got rice milk in the fridge right now, maybe give that label a second glance. Is it actually helping you stay strong and steady throughout your day? Or just filling your glass with empty carbs and hidden toxins? The good news? There are some amazing milk alternatives out there that do the opposite. They nourish, energize, and support your body exactly where it needs it most. I'll be sharing some of my personal favorites in just a bit. But before we get to the yes list, there's one more milk you should probably avoid. And it might be the one that's been labeled as healthy in just about every commercial you've seen in the last 10 years. Let's talk about it next. All right, let's talk about a milk that's got a special place in a lot of our hearts and probably in more than a few of our pantries, sweetened condensed milk. Now, I'll be the first to admit, this stuff is delicious. It's thick, creamy, and sweet as can be. Some folks use it in their coffee. Others drizzle it over toast fruit or in those rich desserts we all remember from family gatherings. Just a spoonful can take you right back to childhood. But here's what we need to understand. Sweetened condensed milk is more sugar than milk. In fact, it's loaded with sugar, up to 60% of it, depending on the brand. And that makes it a real problem, especially as we age. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a sweet treat and felt tired, foggy, or bloated afterward? Maybe your belly felt off, or you couldn't quite think clearly for a while. That's not just in your head, that's the impact of sugar overload, and sweetened condensed milk is one of the sneakiest culprits. All that sugar doesn't just cause weight gain, it actually triggers inflammation throughout your body. Over time, that can lead to joint pain, digestive issues, high triglycerides, and yes, even a decline in brain function. Scientists now link excess sugar to memory problems and increased risk of dementia. And I don't know about you, but keeping my mind sharp is high on my list as I get older. Plus, sweetened condensed milk is heavy. It's not something your digestive system can just breeze through. For many older adults, it can cause bloating, sluggish digestion, and even brain fog. That's that feeling where everything's just a little hazy, like you can't quite focus or get moving. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a treat again. Life's too short not to enjoy the little things. But we've got to be smart about what we enjoy regularly versus what we savor once in a while. And sweetened condensed milk. That's one of those things that's better kept as a rare indulgence, not a daily habit. So if you've been stirring this into your morning coffee every day or using it to sweeten your oatmeal, it might be time to look for a lighter, cleaner alternative. There are so many ways to add flavor without drowning your body in sugar. Coming up, I'm going to share some of the best milks you can start drinking today, ones that support your energy, help your body thrive, and even keep your brain sharp. But first, let's do a quick recap of what we've learned and then dive into the good stuff. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about one more kind of milk that often flies under the radar: flavored milk. You know, the ones strawberry milk, chocolate milk, vanilla swirl. They taste great, they remind us of childhood, and they're often marketed with smiling kids on the carton, making them seem like a healthy option. But here's the truth. Flavored milk is basically a milkshake in disguise. Now, I'm not trying to take the fun out of life, but I do want to help you make informed choices. Most flavored milks contain 15 to 25 grams of sugar per serving. That's about 3 to 5 teaspoons of sugar in just one cup. And if you're sipping that with your breakfast, or even as a midday pick-me-up, it could be doing a whole lot more harm than good. Let's break it down. What happens when you flood your body with that much sugar, especially if you're over 50? First, it spikes your blood sugar. That might give you a short burst of energy, but then comes the crash. And with that crash often comes fatigue, irritability, brain fog, and even a little shakiness. Sound familiar? That's your body saying, hey, this isn't working for me anymore. Even worse, excess sugar causes chronic inflammation, something that creeps up silently but impacts everything from your heart to your memory. Studies have shown that diets high in added sugar are strongly linked to heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and cognitive decline. And flavored milk, for all its innocent packaging, is often a hidden contributor. Now here's the tricky part. Flavored milk is often advertised as great for kids and maybe for growing bodies that burn energy. Like a furnace, that's not the worst thing in moderation. But for us, as we age, our metabolism slows down. Our liver, kidneys, and pancreas have to work harder. And honestly, they deserve a break. So if you've got chocolate milk in the fridge just for fun, or you've been adding strawberry milk to your morning routine, thinking it's a harmless treat, just pause and ask yourself, is this giving me the nourishment I need, or just sweet memories in a sugary disguise? Now don't worry, we're not ending on a down note. There are still so many tasty, satisfying, and healthy milk options out there. Ones that love your body as much as your taste buds. Next up, I'll show you the 4 kinds of milk that every senior should try today. They're easy to find, simple to enjoy, and packed with the kind of benefits your body will thank you for. Let's get into the good stuff. All right, now that we've cleared out the no thank you section of the milk aisle, let's talk about something good. Actually, something great. Because this next milk isn't just okay for seniors, it's one of the smartest, most nourishing choices you can make as you age. Let me introduce you to fermented soy milk. Now don't let the word fermented scare you off. This isn't some funky science project in a bottle. Fermented soy milk is just regular soy milk that's been enriched with natural probiotics, the same kinds of friendly bacteria found in yogurt or kefir. And for your gut, your heart, your brain, and even your bones. That's big news. First off, fermented soy milk is a complete protein. That means it contains all 9 essential amino acids. Your body needs to repair muscles, maintain strength, and support brain function. And let's be honest, when you hit your 60s, 70s, or beyond, holding on to muscle and staying mentally sharp becomes more important than ever. But there's more. Soy is naturally rich in isoflavones, plant-based compounds that mimic estrogen in a gentle, natural way. These little guys have been shown to help regulate hormones, reduce inflammation, and may even support memory and mood in older adults. Pretty powerful stuff from a humble bean, right? And let's not forget about heart health. Fermented soy milk is cholesterol-free and low in saturated fat, which makes it a dream for anyone keeping an eye on blood pressure, cholesterol levels, or just trying to take it easier on their arteries. It's a win-win, nourishing, satisfying, and totally heart-friendly. Oh, and here's the cherry on top. Because it's fermented, it also delivers a boost of probiotics. That's fantastic news for your digestion and immune system, especially if you've been dealing with bloating, constipation, or feeling a little off in your gut lately. A happy gut can improve everything from nutrient absorption to mood. No joke. Now, I've tried it myself, and I'll tell you this, it's not only good for you, it's really tasty. Smooth, nutty, a little tangy, perfect on its own, or poured over cereal. Some brands even come with natural vanilla or unsweetened options if you're watching sugar. So if you're ready to trade in milk that weighs you down for something that lifts you up, fermented soy milk is a fantastic place to start. It supports your muscles, fuels your brain, loves your heart, and keeps your gut smiling. Coming up next, I've got another milk option that's creamy, delicious, and kind to your bones. Stay with me. You're gonna love this next one. Out there, unsweetened almond milk. If you're looking for something that's gentle on the stomach, light on calories, and packed with health benefits, this one deserves a spot in your fridge. Let me tell you why. First off, unsweetened almond milk is naturally low in calories. We're talking 30 to 40 calories per cup. That's perfect if you're watching your weight or just trying to eat a little lighter without giving up on flavor or texture. And since it's completely lactose-free, it's also a lifesaver if dairy tends to leave you feeling bloated, gassy, or uncomfortable, which, let's be honest, happens to a lot of us as we get older. But here's where almond milk really shines. It's rich in vitamin E, an antioxidant that's incredibly important for protecting your heart, skin, and especially your brain. Some studies have even linked vitamin E to slower cognitive decline in aging adults. So if you're looking to keep your memory sharp and your heart strong, that morning cup of almond milk is doing more than just tasting good, it's supporting you from the inside out. And the fats. Almond milk contains healthy fats, the kind your heart loves. These fats help reduce inflammation, support cholesterol levels, and promote long-term cardiovascular health. It's like giving your body a gentle daily tune-up without the heavy baggage of saturated fat or sugar. One thing I hear a lot is, but doesn't almond milk taste kind of bland? And hey, I get it, unsweetened. Almond milk isn't trying to be dessert, but give it a chance in the right setting. Mix it into oatmeal smoothies or even your morning coffee. Its subtle, nutty flavor blends beautifully, and you'll appreciate how light and refreshing it feels compared to heavier dairy milks. Here's a quick tip: always choose the unsweetened version. Some almond milks sneak in added sugars that can cancel out the benefits. Read the label and go for the kind with just almonds, water, maybe a touch of sea salt, and added vitamins. So if your current milk is leaving you sluggish, bloated, or just isn't doing your health any favors, unsweetened almond milk might be a gentle but powerful switch. It's kind to your heart, easy on your digestion, and helps you feel more energized throughout the day. Coming up next, I'll introduce a type of milk that's been gaining popularity for good reason. It's creamy, gut-friendly, and perfect for folks looking for a little more balance in their diet. Stick around, you won't want to miss it. All right, let's talk about a milk that's creamy, comforting, and one of the best-kept secrets for seniors looking to protect their bones and their heart: calcium-fortified oat milk. Now, if you haven't tried oat milk yet, you might be wondering what all the fuss is about. But let me tell you, this plant-based milk isn't just trendy, it's truly beneficial, especially if you're 50 or older. First of all, it's packed with calcium and vitamin D, two nutrients we absolutely need more of as we age. Why? Because our bones naturally start to lose density over time. It happens slowly and sometimes without warning until one day a small fall turns into a big problem. But getting enough calcium and vitamin D daily can help keep your bones strong and reduce the risk of fractures or falls, which, let's be honest, are no small matter when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. But oat milk's benefits don't stop at bone health. It also contains a special kind of fiber called beta-glucan. And if you've never heard of that before, here's why it matters. Beta-glucan has been shown to lower bad cholesterol LDL and support a healthy heart. It also helps with digestion, keeping things moving gently and regularly. And here's something you might not expect: it may even help promote better sleep by balancing blood sugar and calming your system. Yes, the kind of sleep where you wake up refreshed instead of groggy. Another thing I love: oat milk has this naturally creamy texture and subtle sweetness, even in the unsweetened versions. That means it's delicious in coffee, smoothies, cereal, or just sipped cold on its own. It's one of those healthy choices that doesn't feel like a sacrifice at all. Now here's a tip: when choosing your oat milk, look for the words calcium-fortified and unsweetened. That way you get all the bone-strengthening and heart-loving benefits without the added sugars that can undo your progress. And if you've ever had trouble swallowing chalky calcium pills or worried about getting enough vitamin D in the winter months, this is a really simple, delicious way to fill in those nutritional gaps without a single supplement. So if you're looking for a milk that works with your body instead of against it, calcium-fortified oat milk is an easy, nourishing choice. It protects your bones, helps your heart, supports your digestion, and even brings a little comfort to your cup. Stick around, there's one more powerful milk on our list, and it might be the boost your body's been waiting for. Let's take a look. All right, we've made it to the final milk on our must-try list, and this one might surprise you: unsweetened coconut milk. Now, if you've ever cracked open a fresh coconut, or even just smelled that rich tropical aroma, you know how naturally refreshing and satisfying it can be. But unsweetened coconut milk isn't just tasty, it's actually packed with benefits for your health, especially as you get older. First of all, it's lactose-free, which means it's super easy on the stomach. If cow's milk has ever made you feel bloated, gassy, or just plain uncomfortable, coconut milk might be the relief you've been looking for. It's gentle, light, and doesn't come with any of the digestive drama. But what really makes coconut milk shine is a powerful little nutrient called lauric acid. Lauric acid is a type of medium-chain triglyceride, or MCT. Sounds fancy, but here's what that means for you. MCTs are absorbed quickly by your body and used almost instantly for energy. So if you're tired of that midday crash or just want a smoother, more sustained boost throughout your day, adding coconut milk to your morning routine might actually help. And get this, lauric acid also has antimicrobial properties. That means it can help your body fight off harmful bacteria and support your immune system. In a time when staying healthy matters more than ever, that's a pretty big win. But there's more. Coconut milk helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K nutrients that support everything from vision and immunity to bone strength and heart health. So if you're already eating a balanced diet, this milk can actually help you get more out of what you're already doing. Right. Now, I will say this: choose the unsweetened kind always. Some coconut milks on the market sneak in added sugars or unnecessary additives, and that's not what we want. Also, while coconut milk does contain saturated fat, it's all about balance. A little goes a long way, and it's perfectly fine when enjoyed in moderation as part of a healthy diet. And the best part, coconut milk is low in sugar and calories, which makes it a smart choice for managing weight, blood pressure, and blood sugar, all key concerns for aging well. So whether you're blending it into a smoothie, adding a splash to your coffee, or using it in a homemade soup, unsweetened coconut milk is a delicious, nourishing way to care for your body. And there you have it, 4 milks to steer clear of, and 4 that can truly support your energy, digestion, heart, and overall well-being. Stick around, because up next, I'll be sharing a few simple ways to start incorporating these better milk choices into your everyday routine. Trust me, small shifts really can lead to big results. So here's the thing I really want you to walk away with today. You don't need to flip your whole life upside down to feel better. You don't need a strict diet, a brand new workout plan, or a dozen supplements lined up on your kitchen counter. Sometimes the most powerful change starts with just one small choice. And for many of us, that choice can be as simple as what kind of milk we're pouring into our morning coffee. Let me ask you something and be honest with yourself. Is the milk I'm drinking every day nourishing my body or slowly wearing it down? That's not a question we've been taught to ask, right? Most of us just drink what we always have out of habit. But your body at 60, 70, 80 years old isn't the same as it was when you were 30. And the truth is, what once worked for you might not be working anymore. The good news, you've got options, real delicious, nourishing options. Fermented soy milk for protein and gut health. Unsweetened almond milk for your heart and brain. Calcium-Fortified Oat Milk for stronger bones. Unsweetened coconut milk to boost immunity and digestion. You don't have to give up flavor. You don't have to give up comfort. You just have to say yes to something that loves your body back. And here's what I've learned through Experience Health isn't about being perfect. It's about paying attention, listening to what your body needs, then taking the little steps that support it. So tomorrow morning, when you open that fridge and reach for your milk, just pause, take a second, and ask yourself, is this helping me move forward or holding me back? Because that one choice could lead to more energy, better sleep, clearer thinking, and fewer aches and pains. That one choice could make life feel just a little lighter again. You deserve to feel good. You deserve a body that feels supported, not stressed. So let's start there. One small switch, one stronger you.